delta H is equal to T delta S, because at constant temperature delta E will be equal to 0. Exothermic reaction, increasing the temperature will lead to the reverse reaction. Catalyst does not change the, or it will not influence the chemical equilibrium constant, isn't it? Hello my dear students, I am Priyanka Rajaram from Vidyashram College. Today I shall solve Karnataka CET 2004 chemistry question paper for you all. We'll see the first question. A nitrogen containing organic compound gave an oily liquid on heating with bromine and potassium hydroxide solution. On shaking the product with acetic anhydride, an antipyretic drug was obtained. The reaction indicates that the starting compound is option A, acetamide, option B, nitrobenzene, option C, aniline, option D, benzamide. So what is the question? A nitrogen containing organic compound which is a oily liquid they have given, that is heated with bromine and potassium hydroxide. See, treating with bromine and potassium hydroxide is Hofmann's bromamide degradation reaction. Correct? On shaking the product with acetic anhydride gave an antipyretic drug. So first we'll see which is an amide which we have here. Okay? Acetamide and benzamide, because the amides undergo Hofmann's bromamide degradation reaction to give primary amine. Okay? So it should be acetamide or benzamide, but then they have given that the product when it is heated with acetic anhydride gives an antipyretic drug. We know that acetanilide is an antipyretic drug, correct? So it should be containing a benzene ring. So the answer should be benzamide. Okay, I'll write the reaction for you all. That is, if I start with benzamide, that is C6H5CONH2, first treat it with bromine and KOH, we'll get C6H5NH2. That's the primary amine, that is aniline. Further, this is treated with acetic anhydride, that is CH3CO2O to give C6H5NHCOCH3, which is acetanilide, which is an antipyretic drug. Thus, the answer is benzamide. Okay. Next one is the silver salt of fatty acid on refluxing with an alkyl halide gives an ether, amine, acid, ester. What is the product which is formed here? What is it? Silver salt of fatty acid, that is RCOOAG. On refluxing with alkyl halide, R-X I will take. Okay. So what will happen? You will get RCOOR-. This is what? An ester. So the answer is option D. Okay. Next one. Pick out the one which does not belong to the family. We have thylline, lipase, pepsin, cellulose. We know that thylline, lipase and pepsin, they are enzymes, whereas cellulose is a polysaccharide. So this is the one which is odd one. So option D is the correct answer. Okay. Next one. Which of the following is wrongly matched? Decomposition of hydrogen peroxide is a first order reaction. Combination of hydrogen plus bromine to give HBr is a zero order reaction. Saponification of CH3COOC2H5 is a second order reaction. Hydrolysis of CH3COOCH3 is a pseudo unimolecular reaction. The one which is wrongly matched is option B. This is not a zero order reaction. You have to know all the examples which is there in your NCERT textbook so that you can take the correct answer. Okay. Next one. The diameter of colloidal particle ranges from Option A, 10 power 3 meter to 10 power minus 3 meter, 10 power minus 3 meter to 10 power minus 6 meter, 10 power minus 6 meter to 10 power minus 9 meter, and option D, 10 power minus 9 to 10 power minus 12 meters. So here they are asking the diameter of the colloidal particle. It is option C, that is 10 power minus 6 meters to 10 power minus 9 meters. Okay. So next question. The number of 2p electrons having spin quantum number s is equal to minus half are 2360. See, 2p orbital. P orbitals, there are 3 p orbitals. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons which can be filled up. Each orbital can have 1 electron with minus half spin. Here 1 electron with minus half spin. Here 1 electron with minus half spin. So it can have 3 electrons with minus half spin. So it is option B, 3. Okay. Next question. Pick out the alkane which differs from the other members of the group. Option A, 2-methyl butane. Option B, 2,2 dimethyl butane. Option C, 2,2 dimethyl propane, and option D, pentane. We have to pick one alkane which is differing from the other alkanes. First, we'll count the carbon atoms and see. The first one, if you see, butane means 4 carbon atom is there. 2-methyl means one more methyl group is there. So there is 5 carbon atoms. Here if you see 2,2 dimethyl propane. Propane means 3 carbon atoms. 2,2 that means 2 methyl groups are there. So from there 2 carbon atoms. So again 5. Option B, if you see 2,2 dimethyl butane it is there. Butane means 4 carbon atoms. Again 2,2 dimethyl means it is again 2. Here it is 6 carbon atoms. And here we know it is 5 carbon atoms. Here if you see option A, option C and option D have all the alkanes with 5 carbon atoms except for option B in which there are 6 carbon atoms. So this is the one which is odd one out. Okay. Next one. 56 grams of nitrogen and 8 grams of hydrogen gas are heated in a closed vessel. At equilibrium, 34 grams of ammonia are present. The equilibrium number of moles of nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia are respectively option A 1, 1, 2, option B 2, 1, 2, option C 1, 2, 2, option D 2, 2, 1. So we have to tell the number of moles of nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia at equilibrium which is present. First I will write the equation here. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to form ammonia, NH3. Okay, balancing the equation, this is correct. Initially, what is given? Initially, okay, 56 grams of nitrogen is there and 8 grams of hydrogen is there and this is not yet formed, so it is 0. Okay. Now, I'll convert into number of moles. So, this is divided by 28, this is divided by 2. So, this is nothing but equal to 2 moles and this is equal to 4 moles. Okay, and this is 0. This is what? Initially. Okay. Now, at equilibrium, I'll consider x moles is reacted. So, what is remaining? 2 minus x is remaining. Here 4 minus, see x moles of nitrogen means hydrogen 3x moles is used up. So, 4 minus 3x moles is remaining and 2x moles of nitrogen is formed. Sorry, ammonia is formed. Okay. Now, it's also given that at equilibrium 34 grams of ammonia is present. So, at equilibrium this 2x is equal to 34 grams. Okay, 34 grams of ammonia means how many moles of ammonia it is? It is divided by 17, that is 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 grams is the molecular mass of ammonia. So, it is divided by 17, that is nothing but 2. So 2x is equal to 2, x is equal to 1. I got what is x. X is 1 mole. Therefore, nitrogen what is present at equilibrium is 2 minus x, that is 2 minus 1, that is 1 mole is present. Okay. Hydrogen what is present? 4 minus 3x, that is nothing but 4 minus 3, again 1 mole is present. Okay. And ammonia NH3, how much is present? 2x moles, so it is 2 moles is present. Okay. So the answer is 1 comma 1 comma 2, that is option A is the correct answer. Next question. A process is taking place at constant temperature and pressure. Then delta H is equal to 0, delta S is equal to 0, delta H is equal to delta E, or delta H is equal to T delta S. See here, at constant temperature, delta E will be equal to 0. Okay. At constant pressure, what I can take is delta P into V if I take. Okay, again P there is no change. So delta H I can get is equal to 0. But I can also tell that delta H is equal to T delta S. Isn't it? So the correct answer is delta H is equal to T delta S, because at constant temperature delta E will be equal to 0. Okay. Next one. In a galvanic cell, the electron flow from anode to cathode through an external circuit, cathode to anode through an external circuit, anode to cathode through a solution, cathode to anode through solution. See, in galvanic cell, they are asking the flow of electron. It is from anode to cathode through the external circuit it is. Correct? No. So, the correct answer is anode to cathode through external circuit. You have to just know how do we construct a galvanic cell and the reaction. Just remember the Daniell cell, you can answer this question. Okay. Next one. On treating a mixture of two alkyl halides with sodium metal in dry ether, 2-methyl propane was obtained. The alkyl halides are option A, chloromethane and chloroethane. Option B, chloromethane and 1-chloropropane. Option C, 2-chloropropane and chloromethane. Option D, 2-chloropropane and chloroethane. So, which are the two alkyl halides which when it is undergoing Wurtz reaction gave 2-methyl propane is what they are asking. So, what exactly is formed here? 2-methyl propane, isn't it? So, it is propane, okay, CH3. For the second carbon atom, I have CH3 group, CH3. Now, break this compound. Just imagine if this is broken here, there would be a chlorine here, there would be a chlorine here, whereas it will react with sodium and you will get this product. So, it should be methyl chloride and 2-chloropropane. It should be methyl chloride and 2-chloropropane. So, which is the correct answer? 2-chloropropane and methyl chloride of chloromethane. Option C is the correct answer. You have to just break that and imagine that there is a chlorine there attached, which would be removed during the Wurtz reaction, and the two alkyl groups are bonded with one another. Okay, that's how we actually come into the conclusion within a minute. Okay, next question. Which of the following statements about benzyl chloride is incorrect? Option A, it is a lacrimatory liquid, and answer Beilstein test. Option B, it gives a white precipitate with alcoholic silver nitrate. Option C, it is less reactive than alkyl halide. Option D, it can be oxidized by benzaldehyde by boiling with copper nitrate solution. They are asking us which is the incorrect statement. ಯಾವುದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ C. Why? It is not less reactive than alkyl halide. Because it is benzyl chloride, it will form benzyl cation or phenyl cation is formed. Thus, it is having resonance stabilization. It is more reactive compared to alkyl halides. Okay, so that is the wrong statement. Next one, the main product obtained when solution of sodium carbonate reacts with mercury chloride is option A, HgCO3, option B, HgCO3 HgOH twice, option C, HgOH twice, option D, HgCO3 dot HgO. So what is the reaction of sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus mercury chloride, that is HgCl2. These two will react to give rise to HgCO3 dot HgO. Sodium with chlorine will form sodium chloride. Again, chlorine gas also is liberated. Carbon dioxide is also liberated. Thus, the product formed is option D. Okay. Next question. In the electrothermal process, the compound displaced by silica from calcium phosphate is phosphorus, phosphorus pentoxide, calcium phosphide, phosphine. So, what is the product we get, or the compound displaced by silica from calcium phosphate is the question. So, this one, calcium phosphate Ca3PO4 twice plus SiO2, that is silica, it forms CaSiO3 plus P4O10. This is nothing but P2O5, which is phosphorus pentoxide, which is formed. I have not balanced the equation, not necessary, that's why I have not done. Okay, the product is phosphorus pentoxide P2O5, which is formed. Okay, next question. The enthalpy of combustion of methane at 25 degrees Celsius is 890 kilojoule. The heat liberated when 3.2 grams of methane is burnt in air is minus 890 kilojoule, 178 kilojoule, 445 kilojoule and 278 kilojoules. So, enthalpy of combustion of methane at 25 degrees Celsius, they have given it as 890 kilojoule. So, if 3.2 grams is heated, what is the enthalpy of combustion is what they are asking. So, if I write the formula for this, see, methane, okay, reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. So, to balance this, and again here. So, if I take 16 grams is liberating how much heat? 890 kilojoules of heat is liberated. So, 3.2 grams, how much? So, it is 3.2 into 890 divided by 16. So, this will be equal to 178 kilojoules. That is option B is the correct answer. Okay. Next one. The pressure and temperature of 4 dm cube of carbon dioxide gas are doubled. The volume of carbon dioxide gas would be 4 dm cube, 8 dm cube, 2 dm cube, 3 dm cube. So, what is the question they have asked is, the pressure and temperature of 4 dm cube of carbon dioxide are double. So, I can tell P2 by P1 ratio is 2, T2 by T1 ratio is 2 and V2 or V1 volume is 4 dm cube. Okay. So, then the volume of the carbon dioxide gas would be, so I'll take the relation P2 V2 by T2. So, V2 is equal to P1 by P2 into T2 by T1 into V1. Correct? So, here it is. P1 by P2 is 1 by 2. T2 by T1 is 2 into 4. So, these two gets cancelled. V2 is again equal to 4 itself. So, the answer is option A, 4 dm cube. Okay. I hope you have understood how to solve this. Next question. 4 grams of copper was dissolved in concentrated nitric acid. Copper nitrate solution on strong heating gave 5 grams of its oxide. The equivalent weight of copper is, see, the weight of copper oxide is 5 grams. Okay. Weight of copper what you took is equal to 4 grams. Therefore, the oxygen which was utilized is 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1 gram. So 1 gram of oxygen took up 4 grams of copper, correct? Or 1 grams of oxygen could react with 4 grams of copper. So 8 grams of oxygen will react with how much of copper? That's the equivalent weight. So 8 into 4 divided by 1. 32 grams, and option D, 32 is the correct answer. Okay. Question number 18. In the manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process, nitrogen plus hydrogen plus giving ammonia plus 92.3 kilojoules, which of the following condition is unfavorable? Reducing the temperature, removing ammonia as it is formed, increasing the temperature, increasing the pressure. So, which is the one which is not favorable? See, it's an exothermic reaction. Increasing the temperature will, lead to the reverse reaction. Thus, increasing the temperature is the correct answer, which is the condition which is unfavorable. Okay. 19th question. The chemical equilibrium of a reversible reaction is not influenced by option A, concentration of the reactant, option B, temperature, option C, pressure, and option D, catalyst. Catalyst does not change the, or it will not influence the chemical equilibrium constant, isn't it? So, it is catalyst. Catalyst, what it will do? It will decrease the time with which the system will reach equilibrium. Correct, no? So, it is catalyst. Last one. Cumin process is the most important commercial method for the manufacture of phenol. Cumin is vinyl benzene, propyl benzene, 1-methyl ethyl benzene, ethyl benzene. So, what is the other name of cumin? Here you can have two answers which is right. Either propyl benzene or 1-methyl ethyl benzene. Both are correct answer. That is the cumin. Okay. So, that's about the first part of Karnataka CET 2004 chemistry paper. Stay tuned, stay updated for part 2. Thank you, my dear children.